everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to another live stream. Today we are going to be... Wait, is the music on? Yeah, today we're going to be doing some of Wallace's America, Part 10. Hold on a sec, I just realized I still have my Cossack gear on from the Griffian host campaign this morning. Hold on. There we go. Not an appropriate hat for this playthrough. So, for those of you who were not here during the Wallace live stream number 9, we found a bug. Actually discussed this briefly with what's this? There be like 2 people here. What are you talking about? Vlad Almajan? What? Proper grammar in the comments, everybody. Proper grammar in the chat, please. So anyway, what I was saying. So we were having a bug where Wallace, even though I was doing things to ensure that he was going to win the presidential election in 1968, the mechanic where you can campaign in various parts of the United States on behalf of one of the political parties was not working for me. So, as I'm sure you probably mostly know, the way it works is every certain number of days, let's call it roughly a month, you get to campaign in a different section of the United States to try to get those states to vote for your presidential and Senate picks. And then at the same time, the AI will be randomly picking regions that your opponent has. Now that you don't necessarily have to campaign for the party that you are, because if you're trying to do a path where, for example, you want to get one of the extremists, such as Yaki or Gus Hall, into power, you want to lose. So, basically what happened was these Senate elections have been going very well for us. You know, as of right now, we had there was one in 62. So we've had 3 Senate elections, and we took the absolute fringes of American society. That being the far-right NPP in this world, because, you know, the RD is united, and then even the NPP was mostly just the center NPP, but I think what we started with, 5 senators, and now we had gotten up to 50 senators, with the 1968 senatorial election looking like it was going to put us definitively into like a super majority of 60, ideally anyway. What happened was that we were unable to campaign for the 1968 election, and so the AI kept campaigning and campaigning and campaigning, and we couldn't do anything to negate it. So we got destroyed in the Senate, relatively, because thankfully only a third of it is up every 2 years, or else we might have lost everybody. But George Wallace, even though he was personally popular, I guess the lack of campaigning dragged him down enough that we lost the race to Barry Goldwater. Now, I did make a save file of where that happened. So we can go back and play through a Barry Goldwater presidency, and I might very well do that when this series is done. But what the game plan here is, because this bug stole the election from us, we are going to stop the steal, and we are going to do something a little bit tricky here. We are going to, when it says it's time to campaign for the re-election, we're going to say that we want to campaign on behalf of the Republican Democrats, even though we are part of the National Progressive Party. Then we're just, either the bug's not going to let us do anything, but even if the bug's not happening again, we just won't do anything ourselves, and then the AI is going to run the National Progressive Party's campaign and constantly be doing things. Now, it's not going to be ideal because, like, for example, I wanted to campaign kind of like in the Rockies and the Great Plains, this area here, so we can pick up some Senate seats in areas that were kind of toss-ups. The AI, for all I know, they might try to campaign in the Deep South, which we have just completely locked down. We just have a mortal freaking lock on the Deep South right now. So, freaking, what's it? So, hopefully that's going to work. Hopefully we're going to pick up some Senate seats, or at least not lose any, because 50 still is going to essentially give us a majority. And in the meantime, we will go through some of these laws again. So the Senate's about to vote on Medicare and also Social Security. We know that the Medicare is going to lose, but Social Security is going to go through. So I think we're going to ultimately get like a net popular. After that, we are going to do the funding for schools and try to get down before the election to the look at this spare cash that I just found effect, because then we're going to go from a ray of hope to daring to dream, so which is just a good thing for the United States. It's just that it's that negative effect that you can kind of move up and down with certain things. So right now we're on a ray of hope because President Wallace has inspired curiosity and cautious optimism in the American people. Their electoral mandate was decisive, and some are confident that their policies will reinvigorate America's self-confidence. Nevertheless, the nation is still in a psychological quagmire, and the humiliation of the Akagi still clouds their minds. It remains to be seen what the ultimate outcome of these President Wallace efforts will be. Okay. Yes, the Wallace rises, brother. And we're going to not do the who do you work for thing right now because then I'd have to go further down. And I don't want to do that right now. And just by taking that first one, it's going to mean that big business turns on us, so they're not donating to our campaigns, which that probably didn't help me not get reelected before. Yeah, so there's only bad things by doing that right now, and then maybe there's good things further down, but we're just not going to deal with that at the moment. So we're going to end up, yeah, we're going segregation, as I've said before. I think we could pull this off. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? We are going to have to deal with the friggin', the governor of Arkansas, and then the shooting thing. Oh crap, I didn't even think about that. Okay. Yeah, I just realized that right now, so I'm wondering if maybe we want to do government-mandated segregation. No, that's going to upset people either way. Yeah, we can't get rid of the Civil Rights Act until term 2, I think. Is there anything over here that might help us? I doubt it. No. Shoot, I didn't think about that. Where's the foreign policy stuff here? Foreign business, ventures, Canadian business. What happens in Arkansas? Basically, you get a reverse of the Little Rock situation, and it's like Little Rock but with Kent State. The governor of Arkansas will try to do segregation on his own, and it creates incidences that look bad for Wallace. Lower the business tax. Business subsidies. Okay, maybe we can do like a big business thing. Yeah. Why don't we just come over here? Yeah, you know what? We'll wait off. We'll hold off on the schooling actually for a little bit because man, that Arkansas freaking governor jumping the gun. So basically, we have. So let's see here. The beacon of democracy, freedom, and business. This is talking about America. America is the last great nation on earth to preserve the ideals of freedom and democratic government. We owe our success in this regard to the mightiest economy mankind has ever assembled, forged and maintained by American banks and American industries. Free from the state's menacing grip, they had risen to great heights, earned greater profit year after year, until soon America surpassed, then utterly dwarfed the old world tyrants in their many inefficiencies. It cannot be said enough. Without its unflinching dedication to free markets and free enterprise, our nation will have been consigned to a footnote in the annals of history long ago. As a new president must enter the White House, so too must America chart a new course for its economy. For thinking men such as you and I, there exists only one option. Promote American business, at home and abroad, whatever the cost. Sorry, I saw something funny in the chat. Only then, as American dollars and American businessmen travel from Washington to all four corners of the world, unimpeded, unburdened, will our nation be capable of continuing the fight for the ideals we so deeply cherish in the decades to come. Gamer time! Alright, the Medicare bill fails. We knew that was going to happen. And then, let's wait. And the Social Security bill is going to pass. So basically, it's going to be popular all over, but it's going to be especially popular in the South because we did segregation. And our expenses are also going to go up. Also, we're going to try to get rid of the national debt, which could prove tricky. I'll tell you what, though, let's use some liquid reserves. Boom! We're down less than 25 billion already. So right now we have a annual deficit of less than 21 billion. You know, we're trying to do something about the interest rate. That's why I just paid off a bunch right now. But I would like to. We're not going to be able to do it before the election. But I would like to completely erase the debt in the country. Which doesn't really matter. It's just like a personal goal I want to go for. Son Gantz says, if you are a unionist, you are probably a commie. Yeah. Take that, Goldwater. BAM! And of course, we hate Goldwater in this series. If anybody didn't know yet. Oh, the Arab nationalists took the Italian immigrants. What, like they took them in? Honestly, I have not paid much attention to the Middle East events. It seems like a whole lot. It's kind of complicated, and it's like, but it's not really relevant to me. Yeah, Wallace. Remember, vote for Wallace. You know he's flawless. That's our campaign slogan, and you know there will be no defeating him. We're gonna win this time. I don't know about the Senate, but we're going to get him reelected. And this is exactly what I was talking about. The presidential election season has begun, so we are going to make a save file right freaking now. So USA, plus I might need to send this as a bug report. Wallace, Wallace, Senate, 1968 election running. Okay. Exactly. We don't care about foreign entanglements, Optimal Joe. You completely get it. So, we're going to keep America strong and free, vote R and D. And then we're going to completely ignore this now. So you see, now it's saying that we get to campaign, but that's what it also said before. We were able to campaign exactly one time, and then it stopped. We are not campaigning for anybody. Because we are technically campaigning for the R&D. Now, soon, we should see a pop-up here that's going to say opposition campaign or whatever. And that's going to be the actual NPP. Let's see here. Which Russian unifiers are in play? Well, the West Russian Revolutionary Front just steamrolled everybody else. It was kind of amazing to watch. I don't remember exactly who it was that unified Central Siberia, but then you had the Siberia, the Serbians. The Serbian, I don't remember who got Central Serbia, but then there was the anarchist uprising, and they won, and then they formed the Serbian Workers' Federation, the Free Workers' Republic of Serbia, the Reformed Serbia Socialist Workers' Republic, and the Serbian Workers and Peasants Union. So that's the left for you, right? Bunch of splitters. The Far Eastern Imperial Realm was established by Mikhail II and his puppet masters. And over here we have the West Siberian Provisional Authority, who are ultra-nationalists. Under Dmitry Yazov. But I've been told they're fine people, very fine people. Let's actually see what ultra-nationalism means. Let's actually read this out, because there's a lot of ideologies that you gotta really be specific. So, the Black League, is this what's called? Ultranationalism is a vicious blend of rabid militarism and fervent devotion to the nation above all else. Ultranationalists are keen to purge their nations of perceived foreign influence of any sort. Thus, they favor autarky, stratification, and a strong military involvement in everyday affairs to ensure that the country is kept independent and, quote, safe from outside corruption, unquote. Hold on, let's pick a new focus, and then we'll keep reading that. American business. Yeah, we're going to reform the economy to create a truly free and capitalistic market in which the patriots of America will thrive. Alright, anyway, so we're still learning what's ultranationalism. The idea of a glorious state is the key to all things for the ultranationalists, and they will call upon images from the past to stir up and inspire in combination with a paranoid and savage hatred of the other and the outsider. Racism and other forms of discrimination are weaved into all parts of life to further raise up and separate the ideal countrymen from those who do not fit in. In order to make truth of their promises of the great nation, ultranationalism presents the military as the ultimate tool for prosperity and greatness. Service to the state in this manner is therefore mandatory for most, and deeply glorified as part of the nation's triumph over the rest of the world. Ultranationalism is often manifested as part of a desire for revenge against foreign enemies, and uses this desire to drive the nation forward. While some differences are known to exist between each ultranationalist movement, they never differ in their mad desperation to see eternal glory rain down upon their lands. Eternal glory, huh? Is that what we call nukes? Apex Prey editors, what is Guar Gura from HoloLive here in Russia? Apex Predator, baby! Yep, it's Zhukov in charge of the West Russian Revolutionary Front, indeed. Yeah, in the grim, dark future of the 1960s, there's only war. What's this presentation on the Pacific? Oh, this is about foreign policy. Time for my flawless Wallace impersonation. Good afternoon, my fellow American patriots. Each and every one of you represents something to me. The product of a beautiful country. A country which has been bruised and beaten in recent history from the horrors of the world's past. I look back to the Second World War. The images rush through my mind. The men who stood and fought in the British Isles. The fiery, destructive hellfire rained down on Pearl Harbor after the atomic bomb had been dropped. And the stream of men scarred physically and mentally by the brutalities that the Japanese had committed to them and their compatriots out there in the Pacific. And you know what I say to that, America? Never again! The crowd roared in enthusiasm for President Wallace's invigorating, statements. Now, more than ever, the United States is prepared to put the empire on the defensive, as the 4 brilliant men behind me and I have constructed a plan to unite our allies, to rally the good people of the world together in a similar goal, the goal of taking the fight back to the Japanese for trying to destroy the ideals of freedom and liberty and spilling blood, American blood, into the Pacific. My administration is constructing a revolutionary trade plan for the United States, one that will allow members of the Organization of Free Nations to enrich themselves while defending against the exploitative, coercive economic ventures of the Japanese. Together, Austria, New Zealand, Canada, all of our nations and further beyond have sworn by ink and blood, a pact which unites our countries together in a simple 2 words. Never again! Wallace stepped down to return to the White House, but behind him the noise of angry and proud Americans mixed to sing the national anthem and chant an all too familiar name. Wallace, 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 Wallace. HoloLive will carry out the great trial. So what is this great trial you guys keep talking about? Oh my god, his based meter is off the charts! We're going to later on get to decide if we want to recognize the Omsk government, which says that they're ultra-nationalists right now. I don't know if we can support ultra-nationalists. Maybe if they said that they were going to be democratic, I'm sure they'd be some nice, fine young men. Because they are young. I think I looked up Dmitry Yazov's age. I don't think this guy's even 40. Or maybe at the start of the game. Now, probably now he's in his 40s. Yazov will use nuclear weapons to erase Germany from existence, even if he risks to destroy Russia and 21% of the world population. But who cares, am I right? There you go. There you go. Now you're getting it. Great trials, the final war with Germany. I'm telling you, they have got to... And I know the TNO team is busy with a lot of stuff, but damn, I wish they could implement sooner rather than later the ability for whoever unifies Russia to go to war, if not with Germany, okay, fine, because Germany's going to hurl the nukes, but at least set it up so the Reichsprotectorates in Rusland and Moscovin, you can at least attack those, because sometimes they're independent. Right now, you know, Martin Berman took control, so he's kind of got things there. We'll annihilate the Huns in all their sins. Oh, there's been several great trials. It kind of sounds like Red Scares in the United States. Good luck trying to keep track of which one's which in terms of numbers. The West Siberian Provisional Authority has defeated the Euro League in a war. Oh, so he just kind of took that, and now he's going after Orenburg. Look at that fat piece of shit. I hope he loses. Anyway, Gorbachev is in Moscovin. What? How old would he be? He uses chemical weapons and dirty bombs. Preferable to launching nukes. Also, Scotland's alive right now, so we're going to see how... Oh, shoot, we're paused, sorry. Now, the thing is, because we did a lot of the stuff in the... We're kind of reviewing things that we did in the live stream before, except for this American business thing. Once we start working on schooling again, we're just going to move quick. He's going to lose the war. I didn't have to hurt his feelings, too. Did I ever tell you guys the joke about Bernie Sanders, the Bernie Sanders, the insult comic bit? Yeah, you know what? I did. I think I did that like a stream or two ago. Never mind. I'm just saying, look, this guy is stuck between a couple of people trying to unify Russia, and he's looking like this. Mr. Authoritarian Socialism, please. There's people starving in this country. Because you're eating it all, fat ass. Gorbachev is in Moscow and he can break free if Moscow collapses, but he has no focuses. Interesting. He's young, handsome, and pretty dapper. Okay. Oh yeah, Optimal Joe. Optimal Joe, did you subscribe today? I don't think I've seen you before today. Alright, lower the business tax. Phallic, baby. Let's see. What American business needs to grow and improve this nation is simple and clear. More capital. We need to ensure continued growth and more jobs will be freeing business from the unseated financial burden put upon the government, especially since we've all agreed the federal government needs some shrinking anyway. Big business will like this, and we will attempt to pass a bill into law. Alright, let's go for it. Is it going to pop up right away? Or what? Here it is. The Local Business Relief Act. American businessmen are some of the most patriotic citizens you can find in this country, ever since the American Revolution, through the Civil War, even through the country's Second World War, as they funded the... Wait, what's this? Crux of the economy. Let's do this first. Gorbachev got drip? What, he's got chains on or something? Yeah, you're being fat in warlord Russia? It's like, bro, you're going to piss people off, that's all I'm saying. So, President Wallace has known the nature of the National Progressive Party from the day he registered into the party. Frankensteinish being the most appropriate term to apply to the menagerie of political movers within the United States looking to make change with disappointment after disappointment coming from the Republicans and Democrats. Excuse me. Hey, Ray. Oh, that's cool, Optimal Joe. That's cool. President Wallace knew the day would come when he would have to decide on defending America's competitiveness and pleasing his support by sticking it up for the little guy. However, little did he know that his decision would come with a discussion with Wilbur Mills. Well, you see, Mr. President, your beginning statements are fiery, sir, and a fantastic way to draw on your support, to cheer you and incite the crowd to spread support for you. However, as I navigated down the paragraphs, I noted a bit of an inconsistency, sir, Mills said. Inconsistency? What the hell are you talking about, Mills? Wallace said, moving over to try to look over the speech. You see, sir, the points you make within the body seem to come off as, well, inherently contradictory toward one another. In one paragraph, you appeal greatly towards the larger businesses and corporations for producing thousands of good jobs for good Americans. While further down, you make a note to point out that the strength and power of the American workforce have been able to resist falling into business traps that suck the independence out of every day of one's life. It just isn't possible to do both, sir, and quite frankly, it's down to a matter of choosing a side regarding the argument. As much as Wallace hated to acknowledge it, but he was going to have to choose a side regarding the economic argument on behalf of the FRNPP. On one hand, the big business leaders in the United States offered unparalleled growth for the economy with the slashing of federal restraints, and could offer much greater opportunities for Americans while pleasing the conservative body of America who wanted the market to remain as free and open as possible. However, on the other hand, therein lied the key to monstrous success regarding sewing together the factions of the National Progressive Party, while also managing to please the Southerners who didn't give a damn about larger businesses so much as supporting themselves on a local level. Mills and Wallace sat for what felt like hours as the unbearable tension of a party-changing decision was set to rock the United States. Mills really had become a central part of a grand economic plan, as President Wallace himself stated. Gorbachev looks like a handsome 1950s thing. Alright, we're going to look this up real quick. Young Gorbachev. First pick with fedora, huh? Wow, okay. Hottest head... The first picture is linked to hottestheadsofstate.com. So this is the picture. That's a website name. Somebody registered that website name. Okay. Let's go look at it. No. Focus. Don't simp in front of the stream. Conquering History Games. You gotta. They get a simp for you. You don't pass off the simping. Anyway. We need the progressives and local businesses on our side, or the corporations are too profitable not to cap. Yeah, I think we're gonna go corporate, right? Because then later on we're gonna kind of negate it. when we kind of take the working class stance on another issue. Okay. Hey, Nicholas. Hey, girl, you like glass knot? What's glass? Oh, man. So, yeah, we want the corporations to be profitable, and they're too profitable not capitalize on. Yeah, so we'll do that. You know, maybe we could just keep focusing on this business subsidy stuff. Land of cotton. That's if we pass the Jobs Act. Oh, yeah, let's actually take a look at what this, what exactly this bill is. So, American businessmen are some of the most patriotic citizens you can find in the country. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. In order to turn and help them, we will provide the Local Business Relief Act, which will ease up tax burdens upon businesses throughout the country. That way, the free market will be more open than ever to grow, expand, and power this powerhouse of a country. 8 Republican senators support our bill. No further room for compromise. All 13 Democratic senators support our bill. 3 of our party's 14 center senators support our bill. There seems to be no room for further compromise. And all 52 of our party's far-right senators support the bill. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we have Hawaii, thanks to Wallace's just the best negotiating. It really was the art of the deal, guys. You should have been there. Now, right now, our voter base is unhappy with segregation and states' rights. And maybe we should just keep working on the economy, and then in the second term, that's when we'll segregate the schools, we'll segregate, and you know, just kind of everything. Even though I want to really get to this, yeah, we just might have to do it. I can break your wall, Mr. Chairman. Oh, damn it! I'm gonna look up hottestheadsofstate.com. God help me. Hottestheadsofstate.com. I'm gonna get on an FBI list of some kind over this. Hottest heads. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Holy crap! Holy crap! I'm not even making this up. First thing I see on the website. Hold on. First thing on the website. There's like, is that friggin'? First off, is that Nixon? Is this Nixon in the top right? But Justin Trudeau fan fiction, chapter 5. Relive the excitement of past chapters. Hyperlinks to the first 4. That's very nice of them. But that was Nixon, right? Like, you ain't on lists already. I'm on all sorts of lists, man. Just that Aryan Brotherhood thing. By the way, somebody said that my title of the stream was in bad taste. I'm not sure who said that. I think it got lost in the stream. But we're talking about a game where we've got not 1, but 2 Russian warlords that are embracing Nazism. One is the Aryan Brotherhood going full on simp mode, which I've played for like freaking how many hours? The body pillow of Himmler? Oh my god. Okay. I'm just saying, we left bad taste way in the rearview mirror. It would take a miracle for us to get back to bad taste. Alright. So inside the Third Reich, basically Albert Speer, apparently he after he lost the Civil War, which, damn, I really thought he was going to win it, but Bormann made a hell of a comeback. It could be a... Yeah, okay, you know what? We've got to kill some time, so I might do the Justin Trudeau fan fiction. Hold on. So, especially because I think I know who's going to get elected up in Canada. So anyway, so Speer was in asylum in after he lost the Civil War. So he wrote a tell-all book about what's going on. So he's talking about how Himmler was killing the Jews, killing the Slavs, and then Bormann stopped the genocide because he went, whoa, 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 Himmler, we can't just genocide these people. We could use them as slaves. Stop wasting labor. So things like that. Fascinating read. Okay. So, you guys want me... We got to kill some time, right? So, you know what? We're going to read a little bit of this Justin Trudeau fan fiction. We'll start with chapter 1, of course. Okay, this was written by Kate. The one I'm going to read, this is July 1st. How long is this? Okay, it's not super duper long. Okay. Yeah, because we got to kill some time because we're just reviewing stuff. Hold on. Wait a minute. Alright, the bill's going to pass easily. Let's see. Have I ever heard the conspiracy that Justin Trudeau is in fact the bastard son of Fidel Castro? This is completely news for me. Oh my gosh. You searched cursed TNO in Reddit. The first thing that appears is Himmler with an image with his daughter. But instead of his daughter is an edited body pillow of Astolfo. Okay, so, I forget. Is Astolfo the one that's like it's actually Mordred from, Fate or something? Search TNO tale. No. We're going to do this Justin Trudeau thing and it's going to inspire Trudeau to get elected in Canada. So, Justin Trudeau fanfiction chapter 1. We are off the rails now on this stream. Okay. Chapter 1, in which you have a great first day of work. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no, this is a funny event. Let's read this first. That's right, we do have that Kaiserreich dating sim. I hope it gets finished. Go check out my live streams of that. That was fun. You can get to hear me butcher several accents. Okay, so... he says he wants Speer to return to Germany and for the publishing of his book to stop. Ask him what, because so basically Bormann is calling Wallace on the red line, you know, the red line that says, hey, pick up this phone, because if not, nuclear war is going to happen. So, ask him why he wants the book banned. The translator did, as the president says. He says it is a bunch of lies. Why does he care if it's all false? He says it makes them look worse because everyone in America believes it. Why would he care what we think? He says he doesn't have to answer that. Oh, the translator paused, listening to the phone. He struggled to hold in a laugh. He says to turn over Speer right now or we will face the diplomatic wrath of the Reich. The president chuckled. So did the translator. He says, you think this is funny. I swear, if you do not return Speer and stop the publication of that nonsense, I will turn the Reich's full power against you. You will rue the day that you decided to... What is this, a comedy routine? This is going nowhere. Mr. Bormann, we're not giving over Speer. Goodbye. Okay. Alright, Chapter 1, Justin Trudeau fanfiction. Also, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I could have sworn there was an event that mentions it. Doesn't Speer also say that Bormann is a pedophile or something? I don't know. How about RFK shipped with happiness? Yeah, you're bald. It's like, bro, look at the top of his head! Okay. Seriously. Justin Trudeau fanfic, Chapter 1. Chapter 1, in which you have a great first day of work. This is from hottestheadsofstate.com. When the elevator started shaking, your first thought is that it must be an earthquake. What is it that you're supposed to do in an earthquake again? Stand in a doorway? That sounds right, but before you can pry the elevator doors apart and position yourself safely in the opening, you're stopped by the sound of a frayed elevator cable snapping. Then the elevator is falling. Reacting instinctively, you grab onto the closest thing available, the arm of the man standing next to you. You'd always thought that in moments like this, your life was supposed to flash before your eyes. But as the elevator plummets down the shaft, mostly you're thinking about how you never got to see the movie Speed. Why didn't you make time to see Speed? Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock spent months of their lives making Speed, and you couldn't spare 2 hours to sit down and watch it? What kind of friend are you? The emergency brakes kick in with a loud mechanical screech, and the elevator lurches to a stop with so much force that the gravity buckles your knees. Then everything is still. Tentatively, you turn your head and look up at the man next to you. He's staring at you with eyes pale and blue as the glaciers that cover 95% of Canada. You are startled by how handsome he is. How did you not notice this when you got onto the elevator? Usually the first thing you do when you board an elevator is scope out the men. You manage to pull your eyes away from his face, and that's when you realize you're still holding on to his arm. Sorry, you mutter, releasing him and taking a quick step back toward your corner of the elevator. Your face feels hot, and your fingers are tingling with the memory of how muscular his arm felt beneath his wool suit jacket. Or possibly they're tingling due to a vitamin deficiency. No worries, he says, sounding a little dazed. He gives his head a quick shake, tousling his wavy brown hair. Are you okay? I think so, you say. Except I might have a vitamin deficiency. Oh, he looks puzzled. Maybe he doesn't know about vitamins. You fix your eyes on the elevator's shiny metal doors, which are sealed shut. The elevator remains motionless. It feels very cramped in here all of a sudden. How much oxygen do you think we have left? You ask, trying to take extra deep breaths without being conspicuous. I don't really think we need to worry about that, he says. The elevators aren't airtight. See the gaps in the ceiling tiles? He points at the ceiling. Salted, don't do it, Salted. Don't be awfully salted. Hold on. Ceiling tiles, he points at the ceiling. All right, so we have an event here, Intermission. LBRA makes a buck in Congress. The notion of owning one's business is a staple in the economic culture of the United States of America through its history. President Wallace has shown his desire to uphold this notion and has taken a step towards promoting the land of plenty immediate ideal through the Local Business Relief Act, or LBRA, which offers an immediate flat tax relief towards local businesses and their owners, cutting control of the United States federal government from its own economy further. The far right have joined the Democrats today in celebrating a potential victory in the name of a free market, as small businesses have already rushed to work harder and produce more than before the tax relief. A local grocery market store owner was seen rushing to their business with a truck full of appliances and registers to upgrade the efficiency of his business. We will continue to take these sound steps for the sake of the American people. However, the state of the American economy following the Local Business Relief Act hasn't caused happy cheers for all. Stock owners have begun to notably scramble their investments following the act, as local investors' offices have continued to receive phone calls regarding shifts and changes in future American finances. Meanwhile, public welfare advocates have assembled en masse to combat support for the act, with one Republican leader saying, "America doesn't need to open up more pitfalls." Wait, no, Republican. America doesn't need to open more pitfalls regarding the help of its people and government. Wallace wants a free market, but how can people participate if they're too sick or hurt without a place to get help to work for it? Let's see, the free of the market, the free of the people. So, okay, this is interesting. This is actually going to cause a fundamental change over here in our, which laws? Our taxation laws. So that's over here. We were at medium taxation, now we're going to go to low taxation. So the net change, and you can kind of look at the middle here if you wanted to, is we're going to get 20% additional political power gain. Are you freaking kidding me? That's awesome. Plus 10% stability, plus 5% construction speed, plus 2.5% factory and dockyard output, which really doesn't matter because we're not doing wars right now, but damn! Income rate, though, minus 20%. That actually sucks. Okay, but shoot, 20% political power. Let's go. Hello, Super Gamer Grill. So, Doxian standoff. Yeah, it's gamer time for the local businesses. All right. So do we want to go down to the Jobs Act? It doesn't even say what it is, which is kind of annoying. Spending too much money is not good for the budget. Big businesses will like this. Oh, so we subsidize the business. Tell you what. Here's what I think we need to do. So we do funding for schools, and I think, or wait, dirty state of schooling. No, this was the thing that's already giving us a bonus. Let's just check. Let's just check what the academic thing is doing right now. Okay, so right now it's slowly improving. Hold on. Seamus says low taxes are great if you have paid off your debts to eliminate issues of interest as an extra expense. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get rid of my debts right now. I was at like 130 something billion, and already we're down to just like less than 25 billion. So it's overall going good. In fact, let's pay off some more of it right now. We're under 20 billion, and I think it's gonna take slightly over a year. So we're definitely not gonna be able to pay off the entire national debt before the election, but I think we can get rid of it in early 1969. So, fan fiction time, yeah? Wait, let's just make sure. So do I want to... Funding for schools or business subsidies. Well, if anybody doesn't like it, guess what? You got a mute button, I guess. Funding for schools. Okay, I just want to see what the Jobs Act is. So let's make another save file. Okay. All right. So where were we? They were asking about oxygen, and then he looked up and he said there's gaps in the ceiling tiles. He pointed at the ceiling tile. I bet those ceiling tiles are removable. Boost me up and I'll see if I can climb out, you say, proposing a great idea. No, I'm not gonna do that. Why not? Because it's a terrible idea. No, trust me. I saw it in Speed, you bluff. He snorts dismissively. Are you implying that Speed isn't a reliable source of information on the subject of elevator safety? You demand. Yes. Well, do you have a better idea? I can't spend all day in here. Tonight is hot dog night. You're about to start explaining about hot dog night, but he interrupts you. Why don't we press the call button? He says, pressing his finger against the button a few times in quick succession. It's almost like he's suddenly in a hurry to get out of here for some reason. Good thinking, you mutter after nothing happens. Then you say it again with air quotes around the word good, and then again around the word thinking, in case he didn't get that you were being sarcastic. I'm sure the maintenance crew knows we're in here, he grumbles. Now he definitely sounds annoyed, and you're starting to feel annoyed too. Why are you the only one coming up with great elevator escape plans? You steal a glance at him. He's still very handsome, even when he looks kind of pissed off. And who knows how long you're going to be stuck in here together before you can convince him to help you climb through the ceiling. Maybe you should try to start over. So, you say, dragging out the word while you try to think of a way to break the ice. Is this your first day of work too? He shoots you another puzzled look and doesn't say anything. For a second, you think he's not going to answer you. No, he says finally, sounding a little uncertain. But why would he be uncertain? Maybe he's not sure if it's his first day of work or not. Like that time you showed up for your first day at NASA, only to be told you didn't work there. What is it exactly that you do? Oh, Albert Spears disappeared. Oh, the chat's getting really horny. Oh, they're actually leaving the stream. It's great. Guys, we're just getting quality people here. I'm just doing this until we get to the friggin' election. Because we're just reviewing. What am I supposed to do? Do you want to read all these goddamn events that we already went over before? Stop the count. Come on, guys. We're already halfway through. We're halfway through. Okay, you're telling Justin Trudeau you're single. Oh, oh no, Corgi is here and he's making it rain. Oh, with the golden super chats again. First off, thank you very much, Corgi, who says, "Where my hoes at? I want my money." You know what, Corgi? We're gonna put it to you because you, I don't know if it's the Bitcoin money or whatever it was you said, but you are making it rain today. So what do you think if you just showed up? We were in the middle of reading a Justin Trudeau fan fiction. And it's proving to be very decisive. And I'm just reading it because we got to kill some time until we can get to November. There's no other way around. Now there's the friggin' alert. The alert thing is off so much lately. So, yep, there goes the money into the cognac tip glass. Yeah, Dogecoin. He made money in Dogecoin. That's it. It's gonna get my... Oh Yeah, so do you want me to read Wallace events that we've done before, or do you want me to read some fan fiction about Justin Trudeau? Corgi has spoken. Stop the count. We're reading the fan fiction. We're halfway through it already. All right. Where were we? So she was asking if it was the first day of work. What exactly is it you do? He adds. I'm a member of the Canadian Parliament, you say proudly. You can't help that it sounds really impressive. Way more impressive than your last job, hero astronaut. Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Salted Awful, with the super chat. Wow. Message retracted. I don't know what you said, but I think YouTube automatically filtered it. Jeez, this is ridiculous. Hey, but wait a minute. Seriously, though, what's going on with the time? How are we only on May 20th? Hold on. Redacted. Yeah, so Salted Awful, YouTube has certain words that they automatic... Oh, you forgot to write a message. It says, don't do drugs. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see, Wallace... Stream. Okay, wait a second, guys. Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, YouTube will automatically filter comments that go through sometimes if there's certain words they don't like. And also, they'll sometimes I usually can see it, and I can choose to let it through or not. But sometimes, even if I say no, allow it through, YouTube still won't let it through. So even I can't decide what goes through the chat. But something's going on. We're running a little bit slow. So we're going to go to the transition screen, and I'm going to actually exit out of the game and get back in. So this is just going to take a couple minutes, during which time we can read the fan fiction. Let's see. You're doing it for a Cougar's donating says you're doing it wrong. Read it like a 50-year-old cougar who really wants to insert themselves into the story. All right. Can we have Trudeau Castro fanfic? No, because incest is illegal. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so the fan fiction. You want me to read it like a 50-year-old cougar? Jesus, you guys talk to me like I'm a voice actor sometimes. So, well, I don't know if other than going really old lady sounding, oh, he has his muscles under his wool suit. It's so nice. So, yeah, it's a pretty cursed stream today. All right, seriously, let's get back to reading it. So she says that she's a member of the Canadian Parliament. You're an MP? He asks, sounding a little incredulous. I guess. Is that short for Member of Parliament? He stares at you without responding. You assume this is because he's admiring you with quiet awe. Also, she used to be an astronaut, apparently. So this fanfiction writer, hero astronaut, now a Member of Parliament. Like Glenn, hey, so it fits. It ties in with the New Order. Which riding are you from? He asks, even though the words make no sense in that order. I rode here on a train. No, I mean, which electoral district do you represent? Oh, you probably haven't heard of it. I think it hasn't been around for very long. It's called Nunavut. Nunavut, he repeats, pronouncing it as, Nunavut, which is not at all how you pronounce it. Is that how you say it? I'm sorry, I'm American. You add because everyone loves Americans. Wait, what? Okay, we can now go back to the other thing now. Mary Sue, not really. You gotta, yeah. Mary Sue, what is this? The Disney Star Wars? It's a long story. I don't want to take up a bunch of your time. He gives an exasperated look and gestures around the elevator cab as if to say, we're stuck in an elevator. You shrug as if to say, shrug. Jesus, the chat is out of control. He continues to stare at you expectantly, so you heave a sigh and begin your story. It all started last year when I decided to move to Canada because America... don't get me started on America. You glance at him to see if he wants you to get started on America. You sense that he does not. But first, I needed to find a job here, you explain. I figured my best option was to run for Parliament, though to be fair, I didn't do a lot of research into what other options were available. And that's pretty much it, you say after thinking it over to make sure you didn't forget anything. What is going on? Hold on, guys. Having a little trouble here. Okay. That's pretty much it. Well, I guess it wasn't such a long story after all. So you're not a Canadian citizen? Yes. Goddamn, salted awful. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this stream. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at the chat for a bit, but I'm gonna go back and read this stream, like the playback, because everything I look over is just gold right now. Okay. Seriously, I need to focus on finishing this. So you're not a Canadian citizen, he asks? No, but the people of none of it don't care. They are cool, you say, looking pointedly at him to make it clear that he is not cool. But you have to be a Canadian citizen to be an MP, he says slowly. It's the law. Really? You pretend to sound interested, but really you're picturing yourself wearing a series of fancy hats. Yes, you can't just show up here and... His boring speech is cut off by a loud metallic screech. You scream and latch onto his arm again, certain that the elevator is about to start hurtling toward the ground. He must have had the same thought because he pulls you to his chest and holds you there tightly. You squeeze your eyes shut and try to brace yourself. Hello? Anyone in there, eh? Says a low, raspy voice. Your eyes open and there's an old man with wispy hair peering down at you through a gap in the elevator doors. Sorry to keep you waiting, he says jovially as he pries the doors apart with a crowbar. The elevator is lodged in between two floors, and he's crouched down on the floor above you. He extends an arm to help you climb through the gap. The name's Kiefer Sutherland, he says when he pulls you out. He offers his hand to the handsome elevator man, who waves him off and proceeds to hoist himself out of the elevator with his stupid muscular arms. You would really prefer not to resume your conversation with him if you could avoid it. So you thank Kiefer Sutherland hastily and escape down the hallway before you have to endure a lecture about Canadian election law. When you reach the House of Commons chamber, you collapse into a chair next to your friend, Mabel. It's a relief to see a friendly face. Mabel represents the Northwest Territories, and her office is next to yours, so she's sort of taken you under her wing. There goes Salted. Thanks for the donation, Salted Awful, who says, "Oh, death, please take me." We're almost done, everybody. We're almost done. There's the alert. Into the cognac glass. It's a relief to see a friendly face. Mabel represents the Northwest Territories, and her office is next to yours, so she's sort of taken you under her wing. All of the other members of Parliament seem to know each other, and the cavernous room is noisy, with hundreds of people greeting each other after a long recess. How has your day been so far? Mabel asked cheerily. I almost died in an elevator. That's terrible. We lose so many MPs in elevator accidents. Then I was trapped in there all morning with this big, stupid, handsome jerk. Mabel makes a sympathetic sound, so I guess it's like... You're about to start telling her the whole story when you let out a gasp. There he is, the guy from the elevator, just a few yards away from you. Or meters, actually. Wait, is it meters or meters? So, oh no, that's him, you whispered, deliberately leaving out any reference to the exact distance. That's the guy from the elevator. Which one? Mabel cranes her neck. The tall one, walking down the center aisle, you say, slumping down in your seat. What is he doing here? Is he an usher? Does Parliament even have ushers? And if not, then how does anyone find their seat? Okay, intermission. Dream Act in a lullaby with Congress. After the success of the Local Business Relief Act, many have pointed to an... I need to get some water. Hold on. Justin Trudeau's gonna reach for Mabel's Northwest Territories. Segregate the chat. Wait, is Pierre Trudeau? No. Pierre Trudeau just got elected in Canada! We did it! We did it! Okay, so Dream Act in a lullaby. So President Wallace has found himself able to lay additional supports towards local business, both large and small, today, as the Direct Reimbursal of Entrepreneurship in American Markets Act, or the DREAM Act, issuing a new line of direct subsidies towards businesses in the American market, promoting further growth of local American-owned businesses. Finding himself triumphant over government-oriented opposition, the administration of President Wallace has come together to celebrate their victories for American businesses as businessmen across the country cheer in their homes and offices regarding their new line of payment straight from Washington, D.C. How could I ever complain about the dream? Getting paid by the American government to do as I always have and what I'll always do because it's what I love without the hassle of the governmental crooks getting in the way? The president could be sure he's... Oh, this is a Bostonian. Oh, I gotta restart the sentence then. How could I ever complain about the dream? Getting paid by the American government to do as I always have and what I'll always do because it's what I love without the hassle of governmental crooks getting in the way. The president can be sure he's owned another vote here in my shop. And people who disagree can walk right on out if they're upset, says one Bostonian butcher as he carves and slices into a prime cut of pork. Where some find treasure, however, others find misery. In particular, many have voiced their concerns over the sheer level of payment going towards the DREAM Act and continuously worry regarding the potential loss of other government programs to make up for it. Look, I'm not one to get political a lot, but how can I help myself to not get mad knowing that what I have to run? I care for these people, and who knows what the president is going to have to take away to pay for these businesses, says one nurse of an elderly home from Montana. Oh, how the American loves his cash. Yeah. Okay. So, yep, you guys did it through sheer chaos magic. We have the one, the only Pierre Trudeau just got elected as Prime Minister up in Canada. So, back to the fan fiction. Let me catch my spot. Yeah, so it's the guy from the elevator. The Parliament even have usters. She gives you a funny look. That's Justin Trudeau, she says. You know, the Prime Minister? Your stomach sinks. It feels like you're in that falling elevator all over again. That's Justin Trudeau, you say in a weak voice. You'd heard he was handsome, but you'd pictured him being older. And maybe wearing a hat, like the Pope. I can't believe you didn't recognize Justin Trudeau, Mabel laughs. He's only the most famous bachelor in Canada. Snapshots from Stonewall. So it's just the gay nightclub up in New York City still going. I ought to read that. That's lustier than this fan fiction. That'll shut you guys up. Okay. I can't believe... Oh, yeah. Bachelor? Your face feels hot again. I thought he had a wife and a bunch of kids. No, says said Mabel. You must be confusing this with an alternate universe where Justin Trudeau is married and has a bunch of kids. I guess so, you mutter. You still have that sinking feeling in your stomach. I wonder, she muses, stroking her chin, if the people living in that universe realize that they are trapped in the darkest timeline. You ignore her as you try to collect yourself. Justin Trudeau is a very busy man who probably gets stuck in elevators all the time. He can't possibly remember every American he meets who has conned his or her way into a job in the Canadian government, right? Chances are he's forgotten all about you, and you're getting worked up over nothing. Feeling somewhat reassured, you sit up in your chair and steal another peek at him. This time, he is staring back at you. End of chapter 1. There it is. There it is. Someone says, bad writer. Somebody just subscribed, just says follower. Well, thank you for the subscription and the token in the cognac glass from downtown. So there it is. We got through the fan fiction. We did it. We did it, everybody. And that actually kind of all worked out nicely because now we're going to go into the Jobs Act. By the time the Jobs Act is done, we'll be in July. Yeah, we're going to be... I think we might be able to start the state of the school, funding for school stuff, and then it'll time out nicely where the governor is not going to resegregate Arkansas until after Election Day, hopefully. Yeah, let's see here. No sign of Corgi either in the chat. Just read all the chapters. Oh, we can't give away the whole farm, man. We got to do this over multiple streams. So... The 1968 Republican Democratic primaries are happening. We're going to do Goldwater again because we would love to spank his ass. Rectomatic. Yeah, one of the developers on TNO was in a different live stream before, and he's pretty sure it was a bug. So I'm going to send them that save file probably tomorrow. Let's see. So yeah, 1968 primaries. I know you guys want to see John Glenn, but we want to fuck up Barry Goldwater because he's being a little bitch. Well, Goldwater like pee? Yuck. Yuck. Alright. So just getting ahead of the time for you guys. Just cutting you guys off at the pass there. Hey, Salted Awful, have you ever heard the story about Barry Goldwater and the psychiatrists, the thousands of them? It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. So the Jobs Act just passed. Oh, that's right. It was in here. So the Jobs Act... Yeah, pretty much... Oh, this was a very popular bill. The Jobs Act. Yeah, it passed extremely easily. Oh, you haven't heard it? Okay, I'm going to read this event, Salted Awful, and then I'll read the Barry Goldwater Act thing, if I can find the book that it was in. Where did I put it down? The Senate has just voted in favor of the Jobs Act, granting the Department of Labor the power to establish programs across the USA to give unemployed workers and inexperienced youth a chance to work and help build a better nation for all. Originally denounced as populist, pandering, and way too expensive, the federal government now has the tools in hand to directly employ thousands, building new roads, bridges, airports, sewer and water systems, and so much more to reinvigorate America's infrastructure, while slashing the unemployment rate and getting many people the skills and experience they need. President Wallace has already announced he will be signing the bill in the Oval Office tomorrow with invited union leaders and selected members of the public, and will direct the Secretary of Labor to form the task force to evaluate where in the nation the Jobs Act will provide the most support. While there will be many smaller scale programs across the nation, the largest could be focused on either the Rust Belt northern states due to their sustained economic downturn, or in the perennially struggling South, giving support to those that long needed it. Let's see here. Let's get those shovels in the ground. So remember, this is a timeline where FDR was never president, so there wasn't like the Civilian Conservation Corps. So conceptually, this is like the first thing of its kind that Wallace is doing. Where is that friggin' book? Damn. Where did I put it down? You know what? I gotta go get a cup of water. I'm gonna be like 30 seconds, guys, and see if I also left it in the other room. Okay, I'm back, guys, and I got the book. So, Wallace sounds kind of lit, not gonna lie. Well, it's because he makes dank memes, right? That's what keeps it lit. Am I right, kids? Am I right? He's pretty poggers, right? That's what you guys would call him? Pretty poggers? Okay, so I think this might be one of the rare chances where we actually can get some people in the North on our side. Big business will hate this, but this is going to help the NPP with our reputation in the South, Steel Belt Midwest. This is kind of perfect for an election year. Fucking Logan and Himmler's going sicko mode. Oh, man. Oh, geez. This is like a second exercise today, just laughing. Okay. Okay, Wallace is harsh, but he's fair. The job, harsh but fair. That's what Wallace says. In the bedroom especially. So, okay, yeah. Enough. Gotta focus. Okay. The Jobs Corps is here to serve all Americans, not just the ones who voted for him. We have to make this program nationwide if it's going to be taken seriously by the public. We will inject the funds necessary to set up Job Corps offices in every state. While more expensive, this will broaden the appeal and effectiveness of the program. Who knows, we might just pick up some extra votes in the Steel Belt while we're at it. We're running a national campaign here. The only thing Thatcher deserves is a nuclear holocaust, inshallah. Well, there's no Thatcher today. It went with Jellicoe, and don't worry, though. He still did a military invasion of Wales, and I'm sure Scotland is going to get it, too. Okay, so let me read this Barry Goldwater thing for those of you who haven't heard it. Let me just find the page. So this is from my presidential campaign book, which just has it has like summaries of each of the campaigns up to presidential campaigns in U.S. history up to the year 2000, but it also has lots of funny little stories in it too. Okay, so this is called Psychopolitics. Sorry for anybody who's heard it before, but I love this story. Goldwater's sanity, like Bryan's in 1896 and Theodore Roosevelt's in 1912, was partisanly called in question. The magazine Fact polled 12,356 psychiatrists on the question, quote, "Is Barry Goldwater psychologically fit to be president of the United States?" unquote. Wallace wins the primary. Only 2,417 replied. 1,189 said no. 657 said yes. The 571 said they didn't know enough about it to answer. Both the American Psychiatric Association and the American Medical Association dismissed Fact's poll as yellow journalism and criticized the editor for trying to pass off the personal political opinions of psychiatrists as therapeutic expertise. Okay. Oh, so you guys might find this interesting. I don't think I've read this one. So this was an ad that the Republicans, who were running Barry Goldwater, this is a thing that they did while Goldwater was their guy. I remember my granddad, a lifelong conservative, saying he voted for Kennedy because Goldwater wanted to blow up the world. Kennedy or LBJ? Actually, did Goldwater? I think it might have been LBJ. But I get what you're saying, Salted Awful. I totally understand that. I once met a guy who was like a lifelong Democrat, but he said he voted for Eisenhower because he was an old guy. But he was like, he didn't use this language, but he pretty much said, because Adlai Stevenson was just a stupid bitch. Anyway, so Martin Luther King Jr. has been assassinated. Claiming that Dr. King died in his arms, Jesse Jackson stated that this tragedy must not be a mere partisan issue, but one that unites us all, sons and daughters of God, to a higher calling. This is out of control! So there's going to be riots for a month. And then extremism is going to grow. So we're going to want to keep an eye out on the... Oh, guys, we are having a serious gamer moment here. Hold on, the Republican thing that happened in history could wait. We've got 3% of the population right now who are ready to vote for Gus Hall of the NPPL, the Authoritarian Socialists. We've got... I got to be careful with my mouse here. 1% who are ready to join the NPPY, who are going to vote for Francis Parker Yockey. But do you guys see it? Do you see this little purple line? 1% Burgundian system. Burgundian system American voters. That's a fucking gamer moment. And all it took was Martin Luther King getting killed. All right, add with the Union. So let me read this this Republican thing with Barry Goldwater real quick. Okay. Racist film. That's what this segment's called. Yeah, the gamers are gonna rise up. Anyway, the Republicans produced... Okay, now this is actually seriously something that happened. Racist film. The Republicans in 1964 produced a 28-minute documentary called Choice, dwelling on the inequities of the big city. Girls in topless bathing suits, strip teasers, delinquent youths, pornographic bookstores, and riots in black ghettos. The film also contained drastic bucolic rural scenes. Yeah, rural scenes. A speeding, careening Lincoln sedan sequence, reminding viewers of LBJ's driving around his ranch with a beer can in his hand. And a portentous description by narrator Raymond Massey of Negro riots and looting. People who were brought up in small towns and on the farms, especially in the Midwest, have a built-in prejudice against the city, explained the publicity director for Citizens for Goldwater and Miller. This film will obviously and frankly just play on their prejudices. We want to just make them mad, make their stomachs turn, take their latent anger and concern, build it up and subtly turn and focus it on the man who drives 90 miles an hour with a beer can in his hands. Hey, we can say Negro now. The Baseball League said so. Okay. When Goldwater saw the film, he was horrified and ordered it canceled. Goldwater created cancel culture, guys. It's nothing but a racist film, he said. If they show it, I will publicly repudiate it. Let's see. 5th grade. Not to get political, but I suppose the dome from the Simpsons movie. Thanks, King, for bringing us this game moment. You know what? I just remembered I promised Guzman I was going to play the Burgundian Lullaby. I think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. There we go. Martin Luther King's dead, and this is America. All right. Okay. A middle-aged man stood in front of a rusty old piece of machinery. He had a sort of stubbly but still well-maintained beard, and his blue overalls were dirty enough to signify that he's not afraid to get... Okay, I got it too loud. That he's not afraid to get down to work, but not so dirty as to imply that he can't appropriately take care of himself. The environment was mostly silent, but that wasn't a big issue. A pleasant, rhythmic, vaguely mechanical background noise was to be added later. The man began to speak, looking directly into the camera. Hey y'all, my name is Rick Hoffman. I'm the chairman of the Pennsylvania Steelworkers Union, and suddenly a 20-something creative who somehow was in charge of the production yelled, "Cut! Cut! Cut!" Perfectionism was his game, and he wasn't quite satisfied with this shot. Turning to the man, he said, "Richard, I liked your performance just now, but could you please use people or something instead of y'all? Remember, this is an ad for the Rust Belt. You gotta transmit that rugged Midwestern image, if you know what I'm saying." Rick did not know what he was saying in the slightest, but he replied nonetheless, I don't know what you mean with transmitting images and all that. I've never been a tech guy, but I'm not gonna stop saying y'all, partner. I grew up in Texas and moved to Pennsylvania when I was 24. Can't just throw away my heritage like that." Adam sighed. "Listen, man, we've only got 30 seconds in this ad, so we can't exactly dive into your personal history here. Can't you just pretend that you grew up here? It's for a good cause, man." Richard took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and muttered, "For America. Fine, whatever. I'll act like I'm born and raised in Philadelphia. As long as it helps Wallace, I'm in. Hello, everyone. My name is..." Blake Bridges, where have you been? Of course we're going segregationist. Alright. Alright, we're no longer spying on the treaty ports. Stanley Kubrick's doing his Space Odyssey stuff. Alright. Okay, the King riots finally stopped after a month. Time to create the Triple Cs. This is the actual Civilian Conservation Corps. So it says here we've got too much of a personal touch. So there's basically big business people who are pissed at us right now. Why? Oh, so we do one thing for the unions, one thing, we did a bunch of stuff for the businessmen, and then we do one thing for the unions and they completely turn on us. That is just not balanced gameplay. Seamus Finnegan says this may freak some of you out, but Burgundian Lullaby actually helps me sleep. Are you kind of like me that after you have a nightmare you wake up and you actually feel kind of relaxed? The bog is dead, long live the bog. Yep. I forget if I had said this. I think I did in this morning's one, but I did ultimately decide that when I do my Himmler run, you know, really take a look at Burgundy up close and personal, it's not going to be a live stream, so that way I'm not distracted and I don't want to get hit with spoilers from the chat or anything. So, yeah. You know, there's plenty of other The New Order stuff to stream. The fuck? Hold on a sec. Someone's knocking on my door. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Sounds like someone's breaking in. So, debate with Goldwater. Senator, there's nothing worse than politics, than broken promises. You disdain me for my principles, that in America a white man and a black man are better separated, but the voters will say otherwise. Wallace spoke as much to the camera as he did to Goldwater. Senator Goldwater, you say you respect states' rights, yet you insist on carrying the torch of civil rights against the wishes of those states. The voters know where I stand. Can you say the same? Hold on. I'd say your clay. Hold on, this is Goldwater, right? Hold on. Flawless right here. I'd say your claims to monopolize the high order on a question of civil liberties is a hypocrisy of the highest order. Goldwater seethed. Great word. Great word. This republic was built on a promise of universal liberty, that all men are created equal. The states have a right to choose how to achieve this dream. They do not have the right to deny it entirely. So the voters are going to side with Wallace. Let's actually check. Can America go Burgundian? What do you think that purple... Oh, it's Yaki absorbed him. Yeah, what cringe water. Damn, Franco, you just murdered him. You just killed him in front of everybody. But let's actually take a look at the polls, because I haven't been doing that. So... yeah, it looks like in terms of the presidential election right now, we're going to sweep the country, except for there's some rocky states that are a bit of a toss-up. The East Coast, outside of West Virginia, is probably... actually, there's a toss-up here, goodness gracious. Even in New England. Damn, we could be looking like a Reagan victory or something. You say you support human rights, but what about gamers? Oh, are gamers humans now? But up here, if we look at the Senate race, okay, New England and the East Coast, we're not going to pick up, but we kind of knew that. Deep South, we're going to lock that down. That's no problem. The Great Lakes right now are kind of, could go either way. The Great Plains could go either way. There's a lot of toss-ups with the Senate race. It's a very mixed bag right now. Am I going to put any political power towards the Senate election? It's bugged, and besides, political power is not what triggers the election. You just click it. Or, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, where was I? Enough about civil rights. Yeah. Enough! Sick of it. Oh, man. Come on, guys. It's flawless with Wallace. We don't have to go negative ads where we bash Goldwater. It's just Wallace, he's flawless. Too easy. Yeah. Enough about gay rights. Let's go Ring of Ross. Oh no, guys. What happened to Omsk? Oh, that's not poggers at all, is it? Okay, we're gonna go with the conservative Supreme Court judge. I swear I'm gonna get pissed if we get the thing, they're stacking the court. It's like a justice died and I filled in the seat. That's how it freaking works. Okay. Lower military, civilian spending. Let's keep trying to pay off this debt. We're down to like 12 billion. Yep, so we've got Omsk here. We've got the Russian National Reconstruction Committee under Batov. Yugra under Ilya Antonov, and Sugrit under Boris Antonov. Oh yeah, and there's also the Vorkuta Provisional Authority. Yeah, because like that's where the prison is, right? Staying the course, yep, and then people are pissed. They're saying the court's on ballots. You voted for me as president. One of my jobs as president is to pick Supreme Court justices, so then I pick the ones that are like me, and then you get pissed. Ugh. It's just it's kind of annoying to me. Stop stacking the courts. Stop the stack. Hashtag stop the stack. Alright. The wholesome Marino. Yep, Yazov just collapsed authority. It's an empty desk now. Too bad. No great trial today. Besides, if it was in front of the great trial happened with this Supreme Court, people would just say it's partisan. Am I right? Am I right, everybody? Where's my chapstick? There we go. Lips are chapped. Oh, that's it. That is it. Scotland is gonna freaking die, but we'll see. We'll see. England and Scotland are at war. Zukov, we have a new chair for you in Omsk. Let's see here. Subscription to ultra-nationalism canceled. So Jellicoe, so he just declared the war and immediately was re-elected. So clearly the England voters are really in favor of his work. Ooh, court the center for a little bit. We'll get more unified and look better in the north. That could lock it up for us on our Senate race. This will help us win back a small amount of the South. I'm pretty sure the South is like, you know, like I said, we have a death grip on it. Much like the song Death Grips. So, yeah, this is perfect for right before the election. Scotland forever, Scotland forever. Yeah, Braveheart was based off of this mod. Oh, there it goes. That's it. You win and lose the battle at the border. And Scotland just lost. Yep, there goes Dumfries. They're going to be in Edinburgh before the end of the week. Beer and politics. Oh, beer summit, here we go. Joe's Bar is the cultural hotspot of Bearville, Mississippi. Population 115. From 6 to 11, so Mississippi, wait, no, it's Alabama. Mississippi. From 6 to 11, men of all ages meet at the Plywood. Oh, is this going to be like the gay bar in New York? From 6 to 11, men of all ages meet at the Plywood counter to discuss family, politics, and religion. Joe identifies himself as a freedom-loving patriot, so he isn't policing the opinions of his guest. However, the large Confederate flag hanging in front of the door, coupled with dozens of drunk, easily irritable farmers, do a good enough job to harmonize the conversation as it is. At 10 minutes to 7, Bob Sneed and Chuck... Is this a Sneed and Feed joke? Sneed and Chuck are actually their names. Anyway, Bob Sneed and Chuck Emer were already deep into their third cans of beer. Chuck was a man who was proud of being brutally honest, or so he claimed, and the alcohol-derived fortitude completely obliterated the last remaining scraps of inhibition. As the conversation turned to politics, Chuck decided to share his real, unfiltered opinion. I can't believe Wallace is throwing billions and billions of dollars at these fucking coons. These porch monkeys sit around all day doing nothing, and now they're getting another mountain of cash from the feds. Chuck took another gulp from his dirty glass of beer and continued, you know, when he got elected, I thought he might finally have a true American president that isn't some pansy city slicker. Just look at the shit he's doing now. At this point, I might as just vote for Yawkey. Who else is left? Bob murmured in agreement. He had the same feeling ever since Wallace decided to focus on remedying economic equality instead of being all about racism all the time. And Chuck finally put his feelings into words. Just a few months ago, he would have never thought of voting for Yawkey. His dear grandfather died fighting against the likes of him. But now, he actively considered it for the first time. A base enraged. Gamer moment. Gamer moment. Okay. So, yeah, Yawkey's a quick... But what's next? Are you going to say some New York billionaire doesn't represent the working class rural men of America? Next, you're going to tell me that Hillary Clinton should have won Illinois. Yeah, freaking Yawkey run bitches. Yawkey run bitches. So is that the names of the ones he's finished running a train on? We are the Yawkey run bitches. Anyway, we're going to what was it? Oh yeah, so we got the election coming up, and I think we're just barely going to be able to court the center in time. I think we could make a recovery from that Yawkey thing, but who knows? Maybe there's actually going to be some Yawkey people that get into the Senate. I've actually never encountered that situation. Yawkey was a Chad. Read his FBI file. Dude, if anybody who has an FBI channel, like that's already big Chad energy. If you know you were somebody who the FBI opened a file on, you know. Start pushing more segregation. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Incentivize work. This will lower the amount we're paying. We've got to pay for all this somehow. This will help us win back a small amount of the South. Rico Maddox says I probably have an FBI file after my tweets yesterday. I don't know. It would take a lot for you to stand out from the crowd, Rico. Or is it Reco? It's more of Diary of a Crush. Oh, the FBI was the FBI being tsundere to Francis Yawkey. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, Francis Yawkey. Oops, hold on. Okay, Francis Yawkey FBI file. Okay, archive.com. Excuse me, org. How long is it? Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna read 373 pages of this shit. Oh, and of course there's Sharpies all over. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm on the 8th page. FBI radiogram. Only words that you can read on it is from Ottawa, urgent, and everything else is Sharpied out. Useless. Yeah, it's all Sharpied out. Okay, oh wow, look at this. Wow, wow, look at all that we could read. The New York office has been unable to develop any trace through inquiries at Colonel Airlines New York of the arrival in New York of Francis Parker Siaki on November 19th, 1951 from Montreal, Quebec. Really interesting stuff. At Folsom Prison, it's the Folsom thing with Johnny Cash, that's all. Alright, so we're about a week away from the election. See, the thing is, Yaki is a member of the MPPs, the NPP technically. Okay, we're going to lose the East Coast. We're going to lose New England. Those are strongholds of the Libs. We know we weren't going to get that. South's going to be fine. We could pick up Kentucky and North Carolina. That's good. That's good. They probably only were holding on to those because remember, it's only a third of the Senate up every year. Democratic Party. Oklahoma's a toss-up. Arizona's going to go RD. Yeah, freaking Barry Goldwater bullshit. Great Lakes is pretty much a toss-up, like Ohio and stuff. The Great Plains are a toss-up. There's just too many toss-ups. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 toss-up elections right now. Hopefully this is going to put me over the edge. Okay. Shot Follow Drive says G. Oh, are you slowly spelling the gamer word, Shot Follow Drive? Can I check who's the leader of Argentina? Yeah, sure. Oh, wait, we're auto-saving. Let's see here. Argentina. Arturo Frondizi. Yeah, Seamus, I know, but a bug's a bug, and that's the risk that happens when you play mods. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to send them the save file, or find a way to report it. I'm sure it'll be fixed in the update. Or maybe I just did something wrong. Scotland's still barely hanging on, but they've lost Edinburgh. Inverness is their capital right now, except it's actually technically fallen, it looks like. Perron Metro. Jamie says, do not do it. Do not do what? The warning. This is just more stuff about the gay bar. I read all of these events in my pre-recorded. It's Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Class 3 Senate elections. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The people have spoken. We've got new senators. Election day. President Wallace wins. Yes. You see, we just had to do the workaround. We stopped the steal. We took back the election. That's a pro-gamer move right there. Then there goes Scotland. Scotland dies on Armistice Day. So let's take a look at the election results. Yeah, so our new government is made up of... Oh, baby! That's what I'm fucking talking about. Can you imagine if we'd been able to actually influence the election personally? It would have been better. So the party split now. Only 21 Republicans and 9 Democrats. Just 6 of the center NPP. Those, soft-hearted pinko fucks. No far-left NPP. 64 far-right NPP. That's what we call a supermajority, baby. Because you know what? Either the center NPP is going to work with us or the Dixiecrats are going to work with us. That's a pro-gamer move right there. I knew we just had to go back to January 1st and I could do this. Just had to get around the fucking bug. Yeah. Gamer majority. Wallace's world. Y'all are living in it. Exactly. Exactly. That's a screenshot moment, man. That is a screenshot moment. That's for posterity, baby. Montana went Democrat. Dude, look up Montana historically. Montana votes Democratic locally. They vote Republican for the presidency, but they vote for Democratic senators and governors. Look it up. It's just one of those things. So, Oh, yeah. Yep. That's what I like to see. Everybody's kind of, you know, rotated through. So we got like far right senators. Everywhere I think it's brown, we have 2 far right senators. That's good. People in our party. Yeah, this is going into the Based collection, my Based album. There you go, Richard Russell's in Georgia. Okay, Arizona, Barry Goldwater's still there, but now he's got a you know, his junior senator is NPP FR. Granted, dark side, my boy. Granted. What? Yeah, yep, you're right. You guys are totally right. Screw monetization of this video. We got to play a celebration song. And you guys know I like both versions of this song. Just depends on when, what I'm playing. Here we go. Okay, let's kind of look at the breakdown here while that plays. Oh, that's right. We have Barbara Vukanovic in Nevada. That's fun. Baynard Russell's still in Pennsylvania. He's got to be very upset. He's not going to work with us. Prescott Bush is the senator from Connecticut right now. Yeah, we're never going to cut into this liberal stronghold, though we did get Maine. You know what this means? This is a mandate for universal segregation. From Florida to Texas to Washington to Minnesota to Maine, the people want segregation. Why would I play the Union version? I'm playing Wallace right now, for crusade. Yeah. We're gonna keep playing after the song, but I just am absorbing this. This was hell yeah. Suck it, Goldwater. Let's look at the election results specifically. Yep. Let's see if we primaried anybody. Yep, we primaried the senator in Illinois and made it far right. We primaried in Wisconsin. This is amazing. This ain't no coalition party anymore. It's just us. We primaried in Washington, Oregon, and Alaska. Hell yeah. This is all potted now. Yeah, NPP censored, blown the fuck out. Very nice. Dixie party, baby. Franco said clip that. Clip what? Oh, some of you don't understand. Yeah. Purple is mixed. Purple is mixed parties. The light, like the teal, is pure Republican Democratic. Oh, good stream. Good stream. Now, let's see if we can get the actual electoral breakdown, because it didn't show it in the event, which was strange. Oh shoot, I need to pick a new national focus. So we have the American Dream here. The American Dream is not dead. In fact, it is now doing better than ever. We will replace the ray of hope with daring to dream, and our poverty rate societal development will begin to improve. They said, I'm over here reloading the stream, watching ads like a true patriot. Way to go, Shot File Drive. Alright. Okay. The last 2 decades were a dark time for America. But anyone who would declare that the American dream has been broken by the years of economic depression and national humiliation was dead wrong. The National Progressive Party promised to let America arise like a phoenix from the ashes, and arise it did. Now every day in this country a new business opens, a new undertaking is started, and with it a new opportunity to those who dare to dream. Tell the tyrants and savages that America is back in the game, and this time it will not allow itself to be beaten so easily. The American dream is not dead. In fact, it's doing better than ever, so this is going to modify the ray of hope, so we're going to be at full-blown daring to dream, which is, very good, obviously. And England defeats Scotland. We saw this coming. The American dream, yep. We get... Wallace is going, I give power back to you. I don't know what the fuck that accent was. British reunification. What do you want to be a sailor for? There are greater storms in politics than you will ever find at sea. Piracy, broadsides, blood on the decks. You will find them all in politics. David Lloyd George. Return to the oil. So you calculate... Oh, James Cancel, you already did it for us. So the electoral ballot, the electoral vote for the 1968 election was 296 to... Because remember, Republicans and Democrats, they're a unified party. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that accent was. I don't know what happened. So 77 plus 65. Wait a minute. Am I doing the math wrong? No, they wouldn't have won. I'm completely stupid. No, there's no way they would have won. 8 Gamers, 8 Scottish, 8 of more. Okay. Hold on. Ah! Okay. So, what did you calculate? So the MPP got 296 electoral college votes, and then it was 165 plus 77, so 5 plus 7 is 12, carry the 1, so 242? Cool. Not racist. Not racist, just don't like them. Yeah. Yeah, where is the electoral college vote? Oh, no, here we go. No, here's the actual election results. So the elections for the presidency have concluded. It actually was worse than you calculated for Barry Pisswater. We got 392 electoral college votes. They got only 146. Gosh, we swept the West Coast. That's awesome. Yeah. Nice. So nice. Pray they survive. Well, the United Kingdom's been formed under Jellicoe. He certainly seems pleased as punch with himself, doesn't he? Oh, who gives a damn about the research? Just take that or whatever. Okay. Piss water, piss baby, gonna piss his already pants. See, you actually count the votes? That's kind of cringe. Yeah, you're right. We should just have the media declare the winner, right? Instead of counting votes? Or wait a minute. Can Britain reunite peacefully? I don't know. I haven't played them. But I've seen that freaking, what's her name? Thatcher has an enormous tree. So, I guess to account for her maybe... she could have like a 10-year prime ministership, 10 years plus or something. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I don't know how to turn the music off in the game. Sorry. Yes, it's possible under unionist parties in Scotland and Wales. Huh. Well, now that we got to the election, we're probably going to call it a day soon here, because I streamed a whole lot, and I'll stream some more tomorrow. Don't worry about that. It looks like I'm going to have the day off, so you know what? We're going to have more Breath of the Wild, because why not? I told myself, you know what? I'll just record that on my days off, and I've had a few in a row. I'm going to get busy, though, soon. Looks like my job's going to train me to do some additional things. So, yeah, let's do Breath of the Wild while we can, because after that, who knows? Could end up being weeks in between stream sessions of that. Yeah. Can you read the Daring to Dream modifier? Oh, yeah, that's right, because we have the new modifier. So, well, we're about to get it. Right now, we're still at Ray of Hope. Absolutely. You know what? The Dare to Dream, that's a terrific idea, Jonas. We're going to stop it there. Anonymous says best stream ever. This was a little bit chaotic but funny. I haven't laughed this hard during a stream in a while. Especially just the contrast to when I was playing Breath of the Wild earlier. It's just kind of, we're just chilling. Like, I'm getting a little stressed out sometimes because, you know, I'm like, oh, I got to run away from an enemy. I'm not ready for it or whatever. But, yeah. Yeah, why is the game running slow on 5 speed? I'm not sure. But we're going to end the stream right now anyway. Usually when this happens, if I just restart the game, it fixes itself. The polls have been updated. The race is over. Senate election results are in. December 8th. Okay, so we're done with the American Dream. So we now have, instead of Daring to Dream, we've got, instead of Ray of Hope, we got full-blown Daring to Dream. Can I cancel the debt yet? Oh, yeah, you know, let me check that. I don't think so. No, we're getting close, but no. We got it down to 8 billion, though, exactly. Pretty nice. So let's read this Daring to Dream modifier, and we'll stop there. A strange feeling is slowly overtaking the American people. It's not the malaise they've suffered under for the past few decades. This is something different. Something they haven't felt for a long, long time. Pride. There's no doubt about it. President Wallace has inspired a new confidence in the U.S. of A. Their recent policies have got America's sluggish economy back on its feet, and the nation is finally beginning to recover from the shame of the war. Well, there's much work to be done to truly recover from the post-war malaise. One thing is for certain. We're on the right track. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to cancel the debt within the next year, I think. For sure. We're going to keep cutting civilian spending. We're going to keep cutting the military spending. We're not going to bring up construction. We're not going to get entangled in foreign wars. We're going to be done by, like, April with this debt, I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, we kind of, because we added some more expenditures. So let's say June. I want to say June 1969. We're going to be done with the debt. We're also going to then create new debt with fixing the schools. No, actually, this is what's going to help. We're going to start cutting funding. Slash. But our main thing in the second term is segregation. Now, this was one hell of a stream, guys. I will say that. So what we're going to do is I'm gonna maybe go back and watch some certain sections of it, especially when I was reading that fan fiction, because the chat was just starting to go really fast, and I was laughing, and I was just getting pulled between things. So just, yeah. Imagine the U.S. with 8 billion debt. Just out of curiosity, let's look up what the debt is now. USA total debt today. Okay, yeah, us.clock.org. This is always the one that we would check. Oh, goodness. Wow, they've expanded this. Okay, let's look for the simpler one. Here we go. National debt today is freaking 27,699,069,160, we'll just round it up, $170,000. Okay. And we've only got 8 billion, so yeah, I think it's good. We're good. So I'm Conquering History Games. Thank you very much for joining me. That's was like, damn, run for president. Yeah, I will get the national debt down to $8 billion. We're gonna have to segregate. We're gonna segregate ourselves from the debt. So anyway, yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna do some live streams. I'm gonna do some Breath of the Wild, and I'm gonna maybe either. I don't think I'm gonna do all 3 streams again. So I'm either gonna do Wallace, or we're going to do the Griffian host, because I think I'm about to finish that one up. So I'll just kind of see how it feels. But yeah, you guys should definitely come check out the Breath of the Wild streams. They're fun. There's interesting things. And then on Monday, I'm gonna do right now I'm planning for Monday. We'll see what happens, but on Monday, I'm thinking about maybe making a highlight video of some of them so you guys can kind of see some of the funny things that happens. But it's going to be a very stupid highlight video, and in fact, I probably shouldn't even say anymore, but it's going to be really dumb, and you know what? The subscribers are going to flee. So it's going to be fun. Anyway, yeah. And thanks for everybody who donated in the chat. Always very nice when the super chats get going. You all have yourselves a wonderful evening. I'm gonna get some sleep and rest my throat because I've been talking on stream all friggin' day. Good night. Who's gathering the corn in Nebraska? Oh, we're gonna figure that out in the second term. You know what I mean? Good night.